Hi everyone, welcome to this week's episode of the DoubleClutch.ca podcast. I'm your host Nick, managing editor of DoubleClutch.ca magazine, and I'm joined in studio by Nathan and Rush.
And for those who might not be... Okay, wait a minute. No. Don't stop recording. I think we should change the intro. It's a new year. What do you guys want to lead with? I feel like we should be more confident than just saying, for those who might not be aware. They got to be aware by now.
Oh, they know.
Yeah,
they know what's up.
I feel like we've carved out a good listener base.
Yeah. Okay, let's workshop that later.
Okay.
What do we got on the whiteboard this week?
Okay. Well,
The whiteboard being a pink cue card on the fourth mic.
That's right. Okay, so Nathan, you spent last week driving a Land Rover Defender with the correct amount of cylinders.
Yeah.
Got a V8 motor.
Yeah, this is really good.
Proper motor. Tell us about that.
It was really good.
Yeah. It was
Wow.
nice.
Yeah.
All right, and a podcast. See you guys.
There you go. Thanks, guys. Happy New Year. I've loved it. I did not expect to like it nearly as much as I did. I thought it was going to be kind of in the same vein as the G-Wagon, kind of like a needlessly bougie, fake, tough, off-roady, chic Bougenwagen.
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 Yeah, that's very good. Yeah.
And that thing's legit as hell. I fucking love it.
Really?
If I were in that demographic that were shopping for that sort of thing, I would buy that thing. I really like that thing.
Wow. Okay.
I have no complaints about it. It is quiet, it drives well, it is fast, it sounds great, it handles well, it's amazing off-road, it's practical, there's tons of space. It doesn't commit any interior sins we hate, like stupid huge screens, capacitive touch garbage, gloss black garbage, well, what? What do you got?
Not gloss black, but it had the color matched. Okay, I get it. 'Cause it's an off-road thing.
I know what you're saying. I didn't love the white accents. Sorry.
Yeah, exactly. That's
Yeah, the
exactly
white
it.
accents are a little weird in something that is meant to get dirty.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know.
Well, is it meant to get dirty? It's meant to look like it's meant to get dirty.
Capable. It's
Absolutely.
capable. I took the thing off-roading.
Yeah.
It walked up a wall.
It is an actual off-roader because it's made by people who know what they're,
Yeah, and it's
off-roading
not
is.
on ridiculously giant rims like new Range Rovers. It's actually on serviceable, usable tires you wouldn't be
Absolutely.
afraid of.
Yeah.
But what I'm getting at is if you spend... How much is the Defender V8?
150 grand.
If you spend 150
That's
grand
not cheap.
on a Defender, I don't know you'd be taking it off-road every single day. I think the demographic is not the same.
Oh no, of course not. But you could. But on that, trying to think of what I want to address first. I think it's because it's also a very international thing, right?
Right.
And in international markets, those things go off-road. They live off-road.
Okay.
It's meant to be the last one you buy.
So let's circle back to the interior. The white accents. To me, so they're not white on everyone. Just white on this one because the body color was white.
It's kind of more different.
Okay.
So there's the bare metal accents on the doors and stuff that
Which
is
I
just
like.
body color on everything.
Yeah.
And then there's the white plastic accents on
Yeah.
the steering wheel and the dash and stuff.
Exactly.
Which I did not love.
Okay.
I get that it was part of the appearance
with you,
thing.
yeah.
They are normally gray or black.
So why
Or
were
there's
they
a choice
white?
between white, gray, or black. I think they're white because of this appearance package.
So is this a special package like the one Imran
Yeah.
had a couple weeks ago?
Sort of. This one it's not functional. The Outbound
Yeah.
Imran had some mechanically different function to it.
Slightly. Plus, it didn't have the third row because that's supposed to be the
Yes,
biggest
it didn't have
one
the third
inside.
row, and it had panels instead of windows for,
Yeah.
for the
Yeah,
back.
yeah.
Right.
This one is just strictly a graphics package. I can't find it on Land Rover's Canadian website. I couldn't build this truck.
Canadian?
I know I said that wrong. But on the 6-cylinder ones, I could find it. So it's just a $900 package. It's
Okay.
just the county graphics and illuminated boards.
So
and
you
stuff.
could get rid of this.
You could easily,
Problem.
yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
right, okay.
It's
So I'll take it
actually
back.
it's weird. It was super disappointing. So in building this thing, because this is how we research cars, we just build them on the company website.
Yeah.
If you want a V8 Defender, it is either black or gray. That's it.
But somehow you got a white one.
But yeah, this one is in Fuji white.
Okay.
Yeah,
So maybe I don't know. Maybe it's just a
I don't know.
online
cheat code or
configurator
something?
problem.
I don't know. Either way, the thing so white with the blue roof and the blue tailgate. I thought it
I
looked
thought it
great.
looked really nice. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a nice contrast.
Yeah,
I thought the
very
thing
efficient.
looked
You know
great.
the rust exhaust tips?
They're bare steel. It's a very raw, shabby chic style material.
Or
It's,
just rust immediately?
it's industrial.
But I think other than that, it felt really quality. When you were inside, it was
Yeah.
wow, this is really nice.
That's the one thing that really surprised me about past Defenders that we've crossed paths with. Fuck, words are hard. They're genuinely functional and nice inside.
Yeah.
And also, I think I don't know if we've definitely touched about this on other podcasts where it's there's other things that feel luxurious about it that are not just features. It's even the drivetrain and the way it delivers power.
Yeah.
all of those things.
Yeah, it drives and feels like a nice product.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like it felt like someone has gone to the trouble of like refining all of those
Yeah.
things and
Yeah.
making it, spending the R&D money not just on features but on actual
the
experience of
execution,
driving.
like the fine
Exactly,
details. Yeah.
Exactly. And that's why like I felt, that Defender
We'll
V8.
circle back around to that execution fine point later.
Right.
Yeah.
But the Defender V8, like honestly, was pretty impressive.
Yeah, I have genuinely zero complaints about the thing.
And I have a newfound respect for that Jaguar V8 motor.
It's such a good motor.
Because I wrote about this in my
Fapache.
Fapache
Yeah.
SVR review, where it was kind of like, I am so sad that I have written off this engine for years. I was like, Jaguar can't make a V8. Like, what do they know? And now I'm like, oh my god, I'm such an
They
idiot.
know.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
like that thing, the way it sounded and the way it delivered power was just like sheer like British theater.
Yeah.
And it was just like,
so much character in it.
hey, you want to see something
Yeah.
cool? Oh my god.
Yeah.
And it's appreciably different than the way the F-Type delivers its V8 Fury too.
Yeah, they're definitely like different as far as tuning goes. And we talked about this, but like the Defender V8 was very low end torque and it
Yeah.
felt like an off roader.
Yeah.
While at the same time feeling luxurious. Versus the F Pace was kind of just like a slap in the face, like kabam, we're gonna go.
Yeah.
And
Versus the F-Type, which is a punch in the face.
Yeah, exactly.
Multiple punches in the face,
Yeah.
actually.
and the F Type has like that. It's got a different exhaust note and stuff too. Like they've done a really good job with like
Yeah.
kind of using that motor. Using the engine and
And like tweaking
Like
it to fit the
tweaking it
character
exactly,
of the
yeah,
vehicle
exactly,
perfectly.
like
Yeah.
really like bringing it into its own in each
Yeah.
application, which
Yeah.
is really awesome.
And like in the Defender application, they did a great job of like tuning it so it's a persistent background vocal.
Yes.
Like it's never gone. You paid extra for the V8. We're going to remind you of it at every opportunity we
Yeah,
can, all
exactly.
of the time.
but it's not
Yeah.
annoying.
But it's not annoying.
No.
Because it's not loud. It's not obnoxious. It's not droning. It's just a persistent, deep background vocal all of the time.
Yeah.
And
I like it.
it almost makes the thing seem quieter than it is because you have that there. So it kind of hides how low the noise floor maybe isn't.
Right.
So like it doesn't. It seems quieter than it is because that's always there. Right. Something that's like that much of a brick shouldn't be this quiet, but it seems silent. I think
Yeah.
because of that. I think I'm not 100%
I
sure.
might be onto something. I felt that it was refined. Like
Yeah.
when you're
Maybe
driving
like-
around, it was like, this thing is pure class.
Yeah, it does everything well. It looks great. It's not obnoxious. It's not overstyled. It's not like too tough hardcore.
It's not too shouty.
Yeah,
But it had like some of the old Land Rover touches, like the diamond plate on like the hood and stuff. And like
which I personally don't love, but
that's
whatever.
the
It's a
thing. Like
heritage
stuff like
thing,
that
yeah.
could go like right or wrong, but like it was like small accents of it, where it's like, okay, if you didn't love it, small little touch. And if you did like it, like,
Yeah.
I liked it because like you see it a lot on old Land Rovers and Range Rovers. So it's like, okay, like this is kind of cool.
Yeah, like I genuinely don't understand why this thing is half as much as a G-Wagon.
It's not half as much car though.
No, it's
G-Wagon-
the same.
But the G-Wagon is just
Like
it's
it's
kind
a
of like a
boutique
status
fashion
thing,
item.
right?
Yeah, it's just become like
It's
a
an
rolling
accessory.
Gucci handbag.
Exactly.
Yeah,
And I think that's why, like, if they weren't that expensive, they wouldn't be able to achieve that kind of.
yeah. It's part of it. Like we make it expensive, people will come because it's expensive.
That's
sort
exactly
of
it,
thing.
yeah.
Yeah.
Versus Defender is just cool.
Yeah, and it's a shame because I like G-Wagons. I just
Yeah.
don't love new ones and where they've gone.
Taking it, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're way too expensive for their own good. Especially, they're way too
Oh,
expensive
yeah.
for their own good, especially considering what you get
Yeah.
out of the
Yeah.
Defender
And
lineup as a whole.
That's the thing. And like the G-Wagon is still in a lot of ways very military-ish. Like it still has the tiny doors
Yeah.
Yep.
that are like really hard to open and get in and out of, but they have that very distinct slam shut noise that you're paying extra for.
click,
But
yeah.
I don't know that like the trophy wife that's bonding around on this thing cares about that.
No, people like us love it, but it's like,
Yeah.
to them, it's just like a big, cool SUV, which, like, the Defender V8 also.
It makes like a million times more sense.
Yeah.
It's an interesting thing about that is like I feel like it's one of the few vehicles that like my dad and like fictional 25 to 34-year-old basic white girl who works at Starbucks would both like it, would both want it for different reasons, would both know it's cool.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Does that make
Yeah.
sense? Because like to my dad, it's like, yeah, it's neat, it's a truck, it sounds good, it's practical, like,
And it does truck things.
and it does truck things, and it looks good, and it's got like the classic style and charm that he likes.
Yeah.
And to someone younger, it's just fucking neat.
Yeah, because
Because like off-roady, trucky, tough SUVs like the Wrangler, like the Bronco, like the G-Wagon are fucking super in right now.
big
So that's
box
the
on
weird thing,
wheels,
'cause, like-
has off-roady tires.
Yeah,
It is
Absolutely.
cool.
You don't need to know about cars to know this thing is fucking sick.
Yeah.
Like, the Defender just reminds me, and this might sound rude, but it's like the Defender reminds me of a really nice Wrangler. Like,
Yeah,
I get what you mean.
You can
'cause
also get
In essence, it's like the Defender is like what a Wrangler would be if it was a luxurious vehicle.
coincidentally,
Yeah.
you can also get a very nice Wrangler that's also very expensive, and that also has an 8-cylinder engine for similar-ish money. Like a Wrangler 392 conceivably is over 100 grand.
Yeah, but like they're not even from the same planet. Like
That's
the
the thing.
Defender drives a million
And the
times
Defender
better.
just feels it's in a different class. You're absolutely
Yeah.
right. Like it's you get in it and it's just like it feels like a luxury
Yeah.
car. It's just like I guess like the Defender's not batting down, but like the Defender is in this class, and then the Wrangler is trying to bat up to it, and it's just missing the
like
mark.
you can put leather on it, you can put a big system in it, you can do this and that and like all these features, but it's just not the same. It's not trying to do the same thing. The Wrangler is meant to be like throw me off a cliff, off road thing first.
How much was that blue one you had like last year or a couple of years ago?
Last year, I think.
I didn't have a Wrangler.
The blue one.
I've never had a Wrangler.
Oh no, John had it.
John
with
had
the
a,
V8.
John had the 392. I shot it,
Yeah.
but I don't recall. I want to say like 90s.
It drank gas like crazy
Yeah.
about that
So
thing.
some
hey?
appreciable price difference too between like
Yeah, because they're in
90
different
versus.
classes. Like
They're a
like a
complete-
pretty loaded Wrangler, like a loaded Wrangler would be like in around the same vein as like a lower spec Defender, price wise.
Yeah, I think the Defender, like, what I meant by like them kind of reminded me of the same thing. It's like the Defender, the way that the Defender looks kind of looks like a nice Wrangler, but then when you get in it, you're like, oh,
Yeah.
never mind. This is
Yeah,
quite
or like
different.
like a nice Bronco.
Yeah,
Like,
sorry,
that's just
yeah.
like the retro tough style.
That's exactly it.
Yeah.
But the Defender pulls it off really well versus like because it gives you like the nice things that you want today, with the old school off-road toughness that you think that you want, but you don't.
yeah, and it's like and it hides it behind amazing execution and polish.
That's exactly it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But because you're saying okay,
Okay, what?
features
Yeah.
and throwing more stuff in there and make things feel luxurious reminds me of your press car this week.
Yes. Nice segue. Yeah, so this week I am driving an Infiniti QX60. I see it. I don't know, guys, help me out. I see a ton of these on the road, like a ton of these on the road,
Maybe they were just so
like new ones.
they're so what's the word like I got my blinders on, not even like
Ubiquitous.
yeah, like they're just
Like-
like they blend into like the landscape. Like
I know the
I've never seen
unofficial-
one of these things.
Well, the unofficial term is GTA effect. Big because once you
You see one, you start noticing all of them. Yeah.
But I've never noticed one of these things in the wild.
I had one last year, and I started noticing them after that. Like, oh, is that another? Like, wow, that's another brand new, and like brand new ones, not just like they've been around. These
Maybe
are
they're
legacy
rental cars.
things.
But regardless, I feel okay. So here's the thing: we all think that this QS60 it's a nice enough Nissan product,
I like it. I think it is the best thing Nissan makes right now.
and I very much agree with you.
Oh, really?
No, that point,
yeah.
I very much agree. Like,
Okay.
it drives really well. It drives really well.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the big thing. Cause like for a long time, like or what was John had I think it was a sedan or a small crossover that had the electric steering Infinitis.
Oh, the Q50.
Yeah, so Ben had the Q50 last year.
Right.
John had the QX55
The red
a
one.
couple of years ago, and then Imran had a similar QX55 like last year as well.
Right. So when John had his, we were both in the office together, and I drove his, and I thought that it was one of the worst things I've ever driven.
Yeah.
Because the steering felt almost like it. Like numb doesn't even get close to what it felt like. It honestly just didn't feel like it was doing anything. Like,
yeah,
yeah,
like artificial and like weirdly calibrated. Like you can have like totally numb steering, but it's still like, well, the motions make sense.
Right. And this was not that. Like it just felt like a sim or something. Like I don't know. It was strange.
I really got that feeling out of the Mach E, but I digress.
Yeah.
Let's not tear into that thing again.
But
yeah.
the QS60 actually like the steering felt nice, and like the engine did engine things. It
Yeah.
didn't make like an annoying grumbly
It doesn't
noise.
drone because like it's a V6. It's a real honest to god V6. It is the oldest V6
With-
you can
with-
buy right now. I think.
Yeah.
With a real honest to god automatic
Automatic transmission. The new 9-speed's
gone.
not bad. Like it's pretty solid.
It's a good powertrain combo.
It's a good powertrain combo. It's a good chassis. It rides well. It drives well. I think it looks great in and out. Like
Yeah.
like it hits all the points and it hits them very well.
And I think that so
But
that's
and I'm
the
gonna
trouble.
let you circle it back around.
Because it's like you got all these really nice things in it, like quilted leather. It's got nav, and it's got all these things, but it's expensive.
It's expensive, and like as you were mentioning, like the finer execution. I sort of disagree on this, but like the
So I was driving
finer
it today,
attention to detail isn't quite there.
And it was snowy and slushy out, and honestly, I felt like the snow and slush was getting somewhere that I can hear it reverberating through the cabin on the passenger side. Like, I was like, what is that? What is that?
I was hearing that a lot too.
And like, maybe it's just missing some sound ending or something. But it's one of those things. It's like, it's a refinement. Like, it didn't feel like it was refined, right? It felt like someone had forgotten about,
It's an older platform. It probably just doesn't have that acoustic paneling.
right. And there's other things like the steering wheel felt oddly squishy on one side and then hard on the other side. Like, I don't know, small things like that. But small things add up when the car costs, because this thing costs
$72,000. It was like 71 and change, something like that.
72 grand is a lot of money for a lot of people.
Yeah, and this is the thing. Like last year, so I had this around the same time last year, and like same as this year. I like it. It drives well. It looks great. And I think the one I had last year was like 68. I want to say high 60s,
which makes a little bit more sense.
And I remember, everything's just ridiculous money now.
Yeah.
And I remember thinking like, okay, this is fine. Like this is a nice vehicle. This makes sense to me. Like a comparably spec'd BMW would be like 30, 40 more. Like,
yep.
Not to say that you wouldn't get more car out of it, but it's a lot more.
Absolutely.
And then I got the CX90, which was 65 grand.
Game changer.
And then late last year, I had a Grand Highlander, which was 68 grand. And both of those were fucking excellent, which we will circle back around to later in the podcast.
That's the thing, because I think like both of those vehicles, not to crap on the QX60, but like both of those vehicles feel refined first. Like they feel like good cars first, and the features come second.
Like there's
And
a
this
lot
feels
of
like
core engineering.
Hey, we forgot about sound ending, but here's some quilted leather that we found, and maybe it'll make you forget it. And for a lot of people, it probably will.
Yeah.
But like,
yeah, if you're not bouncing around driving everything and like taking notes about fine details like we are, it feels nice.
In a vacuum,
it looks
if
nice,
you had
feels nice.
walked into an Infiniti dealership, you'd be like, wow, nicely done.
Yeah.
It is an improvement over the QX60 that I'm trading in.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But looking at it in the grander scheme, with the Grand Highlander and the QX90, it's like, maybe some work has to be done here.
Yeah, or just bring the price down a bit. And I'm willing to bet there probably are like manufacturer rebates or whatever on these things. Like there's got to be something that's moving them, because they are moving a good chunk of them. I've seen a lot more of these than CX90s.
Which is surprising. I really like the QX90 I like quite a bit.
Yeah, CX90. You've done it twice now. Yeah, stop it.
My bad.
Learn the words. But yeah, CX90 is great, drives great, super, like, and the thing is, there's a lot of expensive under-the-skin shit in that thing.
Yeah.
Like the new trans, like the double wishbone, like the engine. Like, there's a lot of expensive shit in that thing that they are probably eating.
So maybe we'll take them some time to get it back up to the quality standard?
Yeah.
Is that what you're kind of getting at?
No, I mean, like, for the 68 or whatever it was that the CX90 was, like, you're getting a lot of, like, very expensive R&D. Like, very expensive background R&D that the QX60 doesn't have. Like, don't tell me the tooling's not paid off on that motor.
Oh, I get what you're getting at.
You know what I mean? Like,
so they could bring the price down.
There is room they could come down.
You think?
I feel like. I'm sure there's more going on behind the scenes. But, like, also they're moving them, so maybe they don't have to. Yeah. It's a nice vehicle. I think it does everything well, just compared to how stiff the competition has become with specifically with the CX90, which looks and drives amazing, and the Grand Highlander, which like is an amazing, just big tanky family hauler. Like it's dynamically kind of falls flat on its face, but like for just putzing around town, it's probably one of the best vehicles you can buy.
Yeah.
And they both like have excellent quality materials. They're very well thought out. They're easy to use.
But the finer details in the QX60 are not there. Like even like the multimedia controller feels extremely cheap. Like it doesn't roll easily. It gets like I don't know. It just feels so like you're so close and you missed it.
It's not exactly. Yeah. It's kind of a complaint that sort of translates through to the rest of Infiniti's lineup as well. It's not this isn't exclusive to the QX60. We've said much of the same things, and we have the same complaints about like other Infiniti products as well.
Yeah, I think like their infotainment, like it works well. Like the interface is easy to use. I don't mind the multimedia controller. Like it's
but the resolution
fine
on the screen is not great. Like it just feels like it's one step.
Yeah, the thing is, it is one step behind, but it was 3 steps behind. Like, this is an improvement.
It's definitely an improvement.
Yeah.
I get it. I get what you're saying. Absolutely.
There's just like little things like, so they have a new wider screen now where you can have like a configurable second screen,
Yep.
but you have to go to a separate menu to configure what that screen displays as opposed to just swiping on that screen. Little fine detail stuff, and it can't do nav.
What?
That little screen can't do nav.
Can't do nav, which is something I always want. I want media on the big screen, I want nav on the little screen, always, and it can't do it. Just little shit like that.
Can you flip it? Like have...
You can have nav. You can have the second half of the screen isn't functional, so I can have media on the little side of the screen, but I can't do anything with it.
That's a problem. And I feel like I would want to have the small map up just to see like what streets are around.
Exactly. Just little detail stuff. Like overall, it's good. It's very good. I like it. It's just
Small stuff.
Just need a little polishing.
Let's hope they fix it up because I think it could be a good contender if they do.
Yeah.
But yeah, it needs a little extra, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, and as much as as much as I've crapped on the CX90 for its somewhat awkward transmission tuning, I'm still going to die on that hill, but not on today's episode. It's just the QX. It really is that much. It just punches in much higher above its weight.
Yeah.
Especially compared to stuff like not just the QX60, but like even the Acura MDX as well.
Yeah.
Because the MDX is getting up there in age too.
Yeah.
And
I think the MDX still feels a lot better. Maybe
I don't
just
know,
to me.
man. I kind of personally
What?
despise the dashboard center stack.
Oh,
layout on
yeah,
those
yeah.
things.
That needs
hate
help.
It.
But like I like the way the MDX drives, I guess.
Yeah, it's a Honda. That drives great.
Yeah.
I shouldn't undermine that. Acuras actually have a lot of American engineering in them from their Ohio team. Like they're meaningfully different.
Right.
But if they're good. They're very good. They drive great.
That's
the
what I
Honda
thought.
Pilot on that note drives great, and also is one of the few in the segment that still has like a nice V6 in it.
Yep.
But it's not as like outwardly showy as the QX60.
Yeah. So maybe it's just a different market. I think if they brought the QX60 down,
10
would make it incredible value. But even less than that, like to make it competitive, like they would have a real nice product on their hands. It's just like at the current 72,000 Canadian.
That's
You
tall.
lose me completely.
That's tall, and that's the problem. Is that like the CX90 and the Grand Handler are punching way above their weight. They feel like they're way more than the 70-ish that they ask for. Whereas the Infiniti coming in right around that mark, like this is price competitive. It's not competitive anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
What's a base XC90 go for? Base or like mid spec?
I haven't the faintest. I want to say 78.
Huh.
This is just a gut feeling. I could be wrong. You boys talk. I'll look this up.
78
Yeah.
for QX90.
No, for an XC90.
XC90. God
Sorry,
damn
our
it.
producer off mic is gesturing at us. What do we got?
Oh, he's working on it.
Okay, he's still working on it.
God damn it,
He's an
Tim.
extremely short Pensions fan. Pensions fan.
We have a gas leak in here today. None of us can talk. I
We haven't done this for like, what, 9 weeks?
haven't used my mouth like that in a while. Oh.
Jesus.
No, but QX60.
So it's
CX90.
CX90,
And
XC90.
Okay, but you can
you
see
guys
how this is a
remember
little
names?
confusing. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I'm sorry.
Let's get a Suburban. It has a name.
Yeah. 74. Hang on. Give me a second. Give me this. An XC90
$75
is
grand for a base.
74 grand.
For a base XC90.
That's not bad.
That's actually really good. I really like that thing.
That's surprisingly good.
I really like
That's
that thing.
surprisingly
That was
good
my
value.
favorite SUV last year. I love that thing.
Reliability is questionable, though.
Yeah.
So is everything. You know what?'re fair. Yeah. 74. So, sorry,
I
75.
like how you got
because it's
that
74.
much out of an eh.
989. Yeah. We know each other. Okay.
Yeah, I really
So-
like that.
I would definitely have an XC90 over a QX60. I'm looking at it right. So I make sure I say it right.
QX60.
QX60. I would much rather have the XC90 personally.
Mm-hmm.
If you're
Agreed.
kind of in the same.
I would like to take this opportunity to shit on Johan Denissen for fucking up Infiniti's naming scheme on this, and then moving to Cadillac and fucking up their naming scheme with the same alphanumeric structuring bullshit.
Yeah, why? Why?
'Cause
Stop.
I could only assume because he's a terrible person.
You're personally calling someone out. Like, just like.
He's probably not a bad guy. He's done this dumb naming thing at
Twice.
2 companies now. Like he moves in, breaks the names, and then rolls out. I got no time for it.
Is he still with Cadillac?
I think so.
But Cadillac does the whole P.
Yeah, and now they do the
the number
Newton
thing.
meters
So like you can
Why?
get like
which makes even less sense because we don't do Newton meters in fucking North
that's
America.
the thing, right? So
And it's a
like
Cadillac.
yeah, so they changed it from like Cadillac, which had like one of the last companies in the business with like names,
Nice
cool
names.
names, and
Yeah.
now it's CT4, CT5, CT6, and the CT6 was cool, so they canned it, and, then, and now it's like the XT6 350, 450, 500, 550T. Like get out of here!
Maybe it's because they thought it'd make them look more European. Because like BMW. Greatest
yeah, but
company in
if
the
someone
world.
wants some more European, they're just gonna buy some more European.
No, I get you.
Whereas like if they're gonna be a Cadillac, I want a DeVille, damn it. Like,
yeah, and that
Yeah.
DeVille, that's a
Yeah.
nasty name. Like,
yeah.
what's he got? He's got a DeVille
DeVille 600.
or an Escalade. Like, that's cool.
Yeah, what's the engine in DeVille? Is it an L422? No, it's a North Star.
Badass.
Yeah. What's the engine in the CT6? The Blackwing. Yeah.
Yeah, like, that's cool.
Was it called the Blackwing? No, that had a different name, didn't it?
No, for a very, very, very small window, you could get the CT6 Blackwing.
Yeah, what was
with
that engine
Hawk V.
called? Was it called the Blackwing engine?
Just the black.
I'm drawing. No, I'm drawing.
The wing was on the back of the car.
Oh yeah,
Maybe like, well, it's even like Ford, like Coyote for their engines.
that's the thing.
like, that's cool. That's badass.
That's sick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you got in a fucking Coyote?
Got it. Well, because they picked up all that marketing shtick from Mopar with the Hemis. That thing got a Hemi. Holy shit! That
yeah,
sold a
boy.
pile of motors just on a commercial alone.
It's got a Hellcat engine in it. Like,
Yeah.
that's kick ass.
Hurricane.
Yeah, like, that's cool.
It's a pretty cool name for a boosted V6. Hurricane.
It's a straight six. Isn't it straight six?
That's
It's a
a
straight
boosted.
six.
Oh, yeah.
He did say boosted. He didn't say
I did.
V6, did he?
It's like every bad BMW ad ever.
Yeah, exactly. well, we can't worse today, so obviously I said V6 and a straight 6.
I think there's an actual gas leak.
Should probably get that checked out in the office.
That's fine.
Speaking
Makes
of
us
actual
funnier.
gas leak in V6s, Nicholas, tell us about the truck you had last week.
So last week, I had the...
I'm proud of that one.
Yeah, that's good.
Well
that's
done.
quite good.
2 for 2. So we had the Toyota Tundra TRD Pro
I didn't
off-road
see it
last week.
Turk Pro?
personally.
Turk Pro.
You had to point out to me that there was actually a lot of camo on it, on the fender liners and on the seats. And I just thought the
Yes.
thing was missing fender liners
Yeah.
and chairs. I thought it was just a collection of body panels.
It just kind of blended right in. So I need a refresher. Hybrid generally means good fuel economy, right?
Generally.
Generally. That was not my experience with this Tundra. Best I could do. Swear to God. Parked it back at Toyota HQ. End of my week. 15.7 liters per 100K.
It's not good for a truck, though.
It's
Hang on, but
it's
it has
not
a
even that
boosted 4 or
It's a
boosted
boosted
6?
six.
boosted V6, hybrid assist.
Did it feel fast? Not really.
did.
They
feel
feel pretty quick. They move along pretty good. I had a capstone last year, and like that thing boogie's good.
I don't know. Actually,
the
I drove your
F-150
truck. It was not that fast.
It wasn't quick. The F-150 power boost that hybrid
blast.
powered.
Sorry, continue.
God damn it!
Talk about cool names, man.
Power boost is a cool name. See, I kept comparing it to the F-150 power boost, which is actually good on gas. When I had it last year, I averaged 11.8 liters per.
What'd you have it
100K.
last year?
But that's
Summer or the winter?
Sorry.
sorry.
Late winter actually.
Oh, so same.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry.
Is that the
si-
2.7 or the 3.5?
3.5.
Really?
Yes.
So
that was
similar
very
setup,
quick.
except one of them is hybrid, one of them's not.
But they're both hybrid.
Oh, so same
yeah.
setup.
So yeah, on the higher level Tundras, like they all get the 3.5 twin turbo 6 now. The higher ones get the iForce Max.
Yeah, okay. I see
Which
what
is
you're
like the
saying.
hybrid assistance.
Okay.
Which is very similar to Honda's old system, where it's like it's built into the transmission kind of thing.
I thought iForce was like their name for their V8s.
iForce is the name of the V8. Max is the hybrid.
Yeah.
So that's why like
iForce Max.
the Grand Highlander I had was the something
Hybrid
Max. Hybrid Max
Yeah.
because it had that.
What, are they naming iPhones out of here?
I honestly
What the
don't know
heck?
anymore. This shit is all over the place.
Holy
confusing
shit.
names.
An iForce. Okay, that's a shit name.
Well,
What do you got in there? Oh, I got an iForce.
Well, it's an intelligent force, Max. Ugh, I got
Like, what do you got in there? I got a...
I fell into the truck because I couldn't find the chairs.
Yeah, so it's shit on gas, which is kind
Yeah.
of a regular Tundra
Okay,
thing.
hang on.
It's not even that quick
I
either.
want to come into defense of this thing. So,
Okay.
well, hang on.
Okay.
There's a few things at play here. Number one, the Tundra is fucking enormous, and they've positioned it as kind of like between half ton, 3/4 ton. Like it's It's not quite a 2500. It's not quite a 1500. It's sort of in between.
To me,
and
it
it's
feels like a 1500.
fucking gigantic.
Yeah, it feels like a.
It feels like a 1500
Yeah,
to me.
I'm-
It feels
I'm
like a
kind of with Rush on
F-150,
this.
1500 Ram. Like, it feels the same as
Yeah.
that. To me.
The Titan,
Yeah.
which is now discontinued,
Yeah.
was an in-betweener.
in between.
And I feel like the Tundra's kind of doing that thing.
I don't get that sense. Yeah, almost
so,
Rush.
Chief.
It still feels like
On the
Okay,
inside,
whatever.
it feels like it.
I don't know, man. That thing is fuck-normous.
But on the inside, it's not that fucking
Inside
enormous.
also feels fuck-normous.
And the bed is not fucking
it
enormous.
does. So the Tundra does feel fucknormous inside, but so does an F-150.
I
Yeah,
think,
yeah, yeah,
I think
sorry.
the Tundra
Comparing
feels
it to the
fuck-normous,
F1.
sir. Really stretching the made-up words here. I think it's fuck-normous, sir.
No, but I think the center console was huge, which is like
Sorry,
a regular
it
truck
was
thing.
what?
Huge.
Okay.
Huge.
You mean fucknormous?
Yeah.
No. We're getting away
Everything
from
on that truck is fuck-normous.
I don't think so.
Everything. Except the engine.
Maybe you're right. I don't know. You know about these things better than I do.
Well, I had one last year and I actually really liked it. Like, I really liked it.
Yeah.
And
it's
like,
a nice truck,
I
but
really liked.
have Tundras ever been good on gas? Not really.
never been great.
No,
Tacomas aren't either. Like, it's kind of just a Toyota thing.
I really like. So, ostensibly, this replaces the iForce V8 from previous years, and I really like how Toyota actually tuned it quite well to sound like a V8.
Yeah, they did a really good job with that. It still sounds like husky and chunky.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I didn't actually had no idea what engine was in
Yeah.
it until just
Yeah.
now.
It
I,
even
I
sounded
thought it was a V8
Yeah,
motor.
I think it feels powerful. It feels strong. It feels fast. Like, I was impressed with the powertrain. I got 14.5 in mine. Granted, you were on big Kanabi off-road
Yes.
tires. I was not.
Yes, but when you had the
Capstone.
the capstone last year,
Yeah.
how much highway did you do?
Not a ton. Less than you.
Huh. Okay.
Yeah.
So, on one highway run, all highway, picking up from Toyota driving back to my place, like about 100 kilometers away, all highway. Lowest it dipped down on that all highway run, 14.8.
Yeah, I don't think we're like
Wow.
accounting for like the enormous rolling resistance of those tires. It
Yeah.
really like I got mine down to like 11, 12, no sweat. In the city, I was doing like 15,
So
16.
let me ask you something. But these tires come as as a factory option because it's a turd.
It's
Because
the
it's
TRD
the
Pro.
TRD Pro
Yeah.
off-road.
Right.
So
So,
if-
it shouldn't matter whether tires are.
Yeah, and it's lifted and beefy suspension. Like, there's a lot
Absolutely.
of stuff working against it.
But if you were to go out and buy one of these, this is what you can expect in the real world.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
And if you were to take any other truck and lift it and put like 35s on it, it would
It doesn't have 35s on it.
not 35s, but you know what I mean, though, right? You put chunky
Still
off-road
big,
tires on
chunky,
anything,
yeah.
and all of a sudden
I get it. I get it,
comes
yeah.
at a huge price.
I get you. But
Um,
the fact that he had, appreciable, what was it, 11.8 versus like.
Yeah, like 11.8 out of the F-150 Power Boost in similar kind of cold but
Environmental
not quite
conditions,
winter
yeah.
conditions. Also on, it did have winter tires, but
yeah, but they weren't
no big off.
big Kanabi tires.
Yeah, but they're also 20
Yeah.
big ass.
But is
rubber
that like a
band
4.5 or 5 liter per 100 difference? Like, I don't know if it is. And this, when did this
Yeah.
Tundra come out?
2 years ago?
Last year, 2 years
Last
ago?
year? 2 years
Like,
ago?
it's pretty fresh.
It's very fresh.
It's still newish.
I don't know if that makes sense. Like,
Yeah, I don't know. The
I don't
fuel
know.
economy wasn't really what I was expecting. Even the bed wasn't as practical as I thought.
how'd you feel about the truckness of it though? Because I felt like it drove like a truck, but it hit it most of the time pretty well. Except like when you hit like certain bumps and you could feel like the.
Yeah, that platform.
rode well.
It's weird. It's in
It
some
rode-
those platform rides like a bag of smashed assholes, and sometimes it's actually really good.
So the TRD
yeah.
Pro,
Yeah.
sorry, the TRD Sport that Arthur had, was it like 2 winters ago?
Yeah, like they shudder
that
like
thing
crazy.
rode like ass.
I remember we hit a bump and it would just keep on bumping.
Yeah,
Yeah, like they shudder like through the chassis really bad too.
Yeah.
Like, whereas like the capstone I had, mine was on rear air, so like gone. That was nice.
Yeah.
And like
That's
you're
pretty
on
luxe. Like,
it is pretty luxe, but he's not on Lux. He's just on like
Well,
bigger shocks.
yeah.
And
Big
tires.
shocks. That's still
but maybe the
coil
shocks
springs.
help, right? Like, the damping is different. Like,
They did.
Yeah.
It rides okay, but it still kind of felt like a truck. You still had a
Right.
very, very slight judderiness.
I thought it was like
And
right
to a point, that's fine.
in the middle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like being that it was like lifted up, like it was pretty tall off the like
Yeah.
pretty high off the ground.
So part of the TRD Pro package, you don't get running boards.
It's kind of difficult to get in and out
It's
of.
very difficult to get in and out.
And I don't want to sound like a bitch, but like I was like, this thing kind of sucks.
Well, yeah.
To get in and out of, and to live with, that would be
Well,
annoying.
yeah, guys, you got to
Absolutely.
reach up and like yeet yourself into it.
No, you can do that, but like,
I think.
what
Like,
if your lady try to get into it? It would be annoying. She would probably complain.
she probably wouldn't buy
She
one
did.
of those. She'd buy a different spec.
But you bought one, and she has to get in it.
Well, she likes a big truck. She likes your man in a big truck. I don't know.
Uh,
This is like it's a niche because it's so off-roady. It is a niche thing, right? It's built to do that.
Does it off road well?
I didn't take it off roading.
Oh,
But like it's meant to be that cable and it broadcasts it, right? It looks like it's got like the LED running bar lights or whatever,
Yeah.
like under the badging. It has the old school Toyota badging. It has
Do you notice
camo fender liners. It's orange. It's lifted. Like it is
It's got
badass
camo
and
fender
it
liners?
looks cool. Camo fender liners.
Yeah, like digital camo.
Yeah,
It looked-
is
it looked
badass
cool.
and looks badass, and that's what this is for. This is for like the truck bro truck.
I
That's what
noticed
this
the
is.
TRD logos in the orange marker lights.
I missed that.
That's
Ah.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so outside of fuel
Cool.
economy, what did you think of this thing to live with? Like live with, drive around. Did you feel like a badass? Could you feel your vas deferens swelling?
Yes.
I did ask that on air.
The ride height is certainly there. You do
Yeah.
get the sense of lording over literally everyone else on the road, including other half-ton trucks as
Yeah.
well. As Rush pointed out, though, the lack of the lack of running boards plus the jacked-up suspension did make ingress and egress difficult.
Hang on, you got a wife.
Yeah, she hated getting into that thing.
Okay, there you go. Actually,
Yeah,
like,
she hated it.
Yeah.
see, that's annoying because like
And she's
for
not
me,
tall either. She's like 5'6".
yeah, like getting into trucks is fun. Like
yeah,
I like
so she'd just be falling out of it. Like
Yeah.
eating myself into a
Even
truck.
I fell out of it a few times. Like my drive was slipping, and I like almost broke my neck, like getting out of it every night.
It's a shame.
Again,
Almost.
not that clumsy, but you know.
I don't know. Be manlier.
Yeah, no. Ben's also not that practical either, because like Ford has the tailgate step.
It doesn't have
baked
any
into
bed
it.
gimmicks. Yeah, it doesn't have like the GMC split thing. It doesn't have the step. It doesn't have like any of the gimmicky stuff.
Yeah, but,
It's
like,
just the tailgate. It has a little power folding thing on the corner, I think.
But men don't like those things.
Only power lowering. Power lowering.
No, I
Power
mean
steps.
opening.
There's
yeah,
some steps.
in the on the rear driver corner, there's like a little step that comes out of the corner if you like do something with your foot. I think I can't remember what exactly the trick was. There is a little power step, or at least there was on mine. I don't know if the TRD Pro has it.
I don't think
Oh,
so
maybe
because
take
the
it out.
TRD Pro, that being the off-roady one, you want the most ground clearance. So it makes sense that you don't have
That they
running
would remove
boards
that,
and
yeah.
those tailgate steps and whatnot.
Then
But
just climb up on the tire, be a man.
yeah, but like, well, that's what I had to do. But obviously, you know, I don't want to admit that I'm a softie, but I kind of did miss the built-in step that the F-150s have in the tailgate.
Yeah, I mean stuff like that's actually pretty nice.
A real working man doesn't have time to lower that shit every
Actually-
time. He's got to get something out.
That being
of
said,
the
like,
man.
I know
The little bitch
Guess
step
I'm not
on like
manly.
the F-150, I did not like. I think that's the stupidest idea ever because you gotta like take it out and then take the little cane out and like hold on to this little handrail. Like I think it's really gimmicky. Versus like the half tailgate thing on like the GMC kind of makes more sense.
Makes more sense, but then like every time you open the tailgate, I don't know.
Half
For
of
me,
it
it's
folds
always been
down.
like, wait, which button is it? Okay, it's this one, then it goes down. Okay, and that like also works. And then there's the last step, and like the return on that I find is always kind of shit. Like sometimes easy, sometimes it's not. Like
So maybe Toyota's onto something.
So I
Just
guess
simplify it.
just skip all that shit.
Yeah, let's just get rid of all this junk and then make it for men.
Yeah,
Maybe that's so. This off-road truck for men is made for men,
yeah.
I guess so.
By men for men who are manly.
and that's why
Problem
Nick didn't like it.
Oh, that was a long wind up for that. Nick, what are you driving this week?
Yeah. Speaking of Nick and small
You know what,
things,
Rush?
what do you have this week?
You're not invited to this podcast anymore. You can leave.
You tell me
You
every
can
single time I'm
leave.
on this podcast, I'm not invited anymore. And then every Tuesday when it rolls around, you want podcast?
Imran can't
Imran
make it.
The,
He
the
has
actual
a
brown
day
guy we
job.
want on the podcast can't make it.
Imran has a
Can you
day
fill
job.
in?
This guy spent 90 seconds winding up a joke. That was pretty good.
I respect the dedication, but with all due respect, fuck you.
You know what? Okay, I'll take it.
All right, so we also got the XC40 recharge this week.
All right, that's about it.
What's that color called? Is it like kind of robin egg blue but more purple?
Do you guys actually care about this thing?
Cloud blue.
What thing? Cloud blue.
Cloud blue.
Wait, what are we?
XC40. I think that's. I hate these things so much.
Why?
I don't know.
Is it because it's not for men?
Could be.
Because it's not manly?
Do you like it? I'm looking at Nick.
Do you only like it because you can see it because it's not camo?
I certainly can't argue with the torque. It has like what, more than 400 pound-feet going to all four wheels.
That thing's boogie, yeah.
Doesn't everything.
It goes.
Yawn.
It reminds me a lot of the GV70 electric in that, you know, it starts as a gas crossover, and, you know,
They've modified it.
they modified it with a high instant torque, 400 plus pound-foot
Yeah.
electric motor.
And they're having fun with it.
in such a small package too, and that thing just
It's quick.
fuck, it's quick.
It's quick. Like some
0 to
OEMs,
60
like
4.5 seconds.
yeah, like they deliberately like dial back the response from the electric motors. Volvo has not done this.
No, and that's
I mean,
very
your
surprising.
axles are going to go kablamo.
Yeah, it's fucking
Yeah.
sick.
I'm not a fan.
It's for men.
I don't know. I think
Blowing
it
up
looks ugly.
axles, I think, is pretty manly.
I think it's ugly. I think
No,
it's boring.
it's not. It's Volvo. All Volvos look good.
What?
Yeah.
Get out of
QX60
here.
No, dude.
No, the QX60. The X. Too much alphabet soup this week.
The
Fucking-
XC40 Recharge
fucking- yeah.
is a good-looking little crossover
It
thing.
is. It's handsome.
Yeah, that's handsome,
I
like
like
typical
it.
Swedish clean design. I think it looks great. The interior's a nice place to sit.
Maybe I'm just wrong. I don't know.
You probably are.
You are
incorrect.
wrong.
We all have to be like just dead ass incorrect once.
Wait,
an
was
episode.
it here today?
Yeah.
Dude, it's charging outside the office literally right now.
Okay. I guess I completely missed it.
I like the interior. The
Okay, what is the interior like? Because for a long time,
okay,
genuinely,
so close your eyes. Picture a Volvo. Picture a modern Volvo.
Just want
Got
to
you.
specify he's not closing his eyes.
okay, I'm closing my eyes now.
Okay, now picture a modern Volvo. That's what it looks like. Minimalist dash. It's got the portrait-oriented touchscreen in the middle, running the
Materials?
new Google
How
OS.
do they feel?
Pretty good, actually. Like
Pretty good?
It's not like it isn't as nice as, let's say, the
BMW.
okay, but also the V60 Polestar that Nathan had a few weeks ago. Maybe not as nice as a QX60 is. Also feels a little nicer inside, but considering this is a subcompact
How much is it?
crossover,
Yeah, thanks to Rob. How much is this?
that let's get into that. Just over 70 as tested. It does many things right until you get to the price.
So it's done it all wrong then, in my opinion. If you can't sell it because it's too expensive, what's the point?
Yeah, but it's quick.
Get rid of it. It's ugly. It's too expensive.
No, it hits the marks. Okay.
But Volvo does this, right? Like they build cars, they're quick. All of them are quick. Who cares? All cars are quick nowadays. You can any idiot with
Okay, but it's not just quick. It drives well. It has a
does.
it has a really nice cabin space that makes a lot of sense. It has like an expensive looking design. Being that it is
Okay.
a Volvo, it looks like
See,
a very premium
now you're
product and
convincing
feels
me.
like a
Okay,
premium
I-
product.
And it also has appreciably good steering feel too.
Yeah, good steering feel, good
very
visibility,
surprising
lots
for
of
an
lots of
FTC
like usable
interior
space, like
space.
lots
Lots?
piles. Like Nick
I-
was going to borrow my QX60 to do things, and then realized that the XC40 has more than enough to do big car things.
Absolutely. It
Really?
fit
Yeah.
two assembled kitchen cabinets in there that I had to return, plus a bunch of other flat pack furniture.
Yeah,
It
like it's a
swallowed it all with
Volvo.
ease.
It's practical. It's well
surprisingly
thought out.
practical.
Like someone sat
Okay.
down and thought about all these
Of course,
things,
it
and
takes
it's very
the
sensible.
IKEA furniture very well.
And then there's the other thing of like there is a great demand, specifically in Canada for some reason,
Swedish.
of. You fucking now I've lost my train of thought. You bastard asshole.
There's a demand in Canada about
Premium small vehicles.
No, I get that.
Yeah. So like it'll fit in the condo. It's great for downtown zipping around. Like there's a lot of people that want something that's tiny, that's nice.
I was like, you're talking about like a B class.
Yeah.
Okay, how much was a B class new? Like,
I don't know,
40?
$800 million. I think 40. Yeah.
and this thing's 70.
Yeah. But it's
Okay,
also
you don't have
but-
to go for the electric powertrain. You can
How much is
knock
it?
like 10,
Okay.
15 grand off the price tag.
So that's
and
actually
go
what
for
I'm getting
gas.
at. I maybe I'm. The looks are whatever. It's subjective. I think it's. I don't think it's ugly. I think it's boring. But maybe that's just me.
It's clean.
Clean.
Yes.
Fair. You know, you can call it whatever you want. But how? Okay, what's the delta between a gas-powered one of these and a electric one?
I think like 15.
15.
15, 20-ish.
Let me check my notes.
Like the gasser starts at.
See, but
it's
you're going
between
from
45 and 50.
75. See, $50,000. That thing makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
75, like that's a
The
little
trouble's at
crazy.
55. Now it's just a 2-liter four-banger gas crossover thingy, and I'm not sure how much sense that makes, because all of a sudden it stops being super competitive. It's nice. It is
so what
a
does
nice
this thing compete with?
You don't know,
On
because
price,
like a loaded
GV70
CRV
electric?
RAV4, like you're in that range too. Like loaded hybrid GV70 RAV or JV70. Come on,
RAV4?
Nathan. RAV4.
no, that's what the gasser typically compete with. The electric, like a mid-range.
So this is like a premium
like
compact crossover.
Yeah, premium luxury compact crossover thing.
Right.
On price, probably like a mid-range Mach E, the Genesis GV70 electric.
What's a GP70 electric cost? About 70?
84.
84.
Yeah.
Okay. So maybe it's 70,000 is actually not bad.
GV60 not a performance.
So do you miss out on anything being that it's a converted gas car? Like, does it take away from, like...
I think you still get a very small frunk.
What's the range on this thing?
That's kind of important.
400?
What are you getting
Just over 400
in the winter?
I picked it up yesterday with a 50% charge, so can't comment on range yet.
So at least the one I had last year, so pricing might be a little adjusted for 24, but like they start at 42, and like my loaded gas tester was 57.
See, lower in the 40, lower towards the 45, 50 mark. That's actually pretty good value for this platform as a whole.
Yeah. I think
so.
They really got it. Like of all like the compact crossover things, like the CRV, like the RAV4, it is I think by far the best looking. They
But
drive
is a
really
CRV
well.
a
They have great
compact
use of space.
crossover?
Yeah.
So what's a regular crossover now? I thought the HRV or whatever that was a compact crossover.
Subcompact.
That's now subcompact. It's
Well,
an,
all
it's,
the naming, this naming and classification body style is
Hyundai
is-
Kia sells
is-
9
is
subcompact
bullshit.
vehicles. Like it's redonkulous. All like slightly different shades of subcompact.
You gotta have like a...
Well, Nathan, you pointed this out in your Seltos review.
Yeah, this is where I thought of it.
Like
Yeah.
Seltos.
it's actual, like the Seltos is actually roomy. It's actually
Yeah.
practical, and yet it's a
subcompact,
officially
yeah.
classified as
And
that.
and I think Kia makes 3 other subcompacts.
That's the thing. I
Yeah.
feel like
Yeah.
the whole... The category thing is kind of
It's kind
lost on
of
me.
lost and drunk, but it's roughly
It's
the
so
same-ish
muddy.
size
As a
as a
CRV.
CRV. It's kind of like between an HRV and a CRV,
I get you. But it has quite a bit of room.
but like
It's
excellent
very-
interior
And it's
room.
like
Surprisingly
usable.
roomy.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's reminiscent of the Honda Fit,
Oh, okay.
but like a bigulated Honda Fit,
A bigulated?
a
Like Xeroxed
bigulated,
up to like 1.5.
sweetified Honda Fit.
Tight.
Yeah. See,
Maybe
all
I'm
of a
wrong.
sudden now you're into it.
Yeah, you convinced me.
Now it's a bigulated, sweetified Honda Fit with 400 foot-pounds of torque.
So I feel like you do that a lot. You'll come in with a terrible idea. I'll be like, you're an idiot.
Yeah.
And then like 10 minutes later, I'm like, yo, this is a great idea.
Yeah. But in my defense, I have a lot of terrible ideas. Like a ton. So I don't blame you on this.
Right.
But like once in a while I can like, wait, I can turn this around. I can make him look stupid now. Speaking of making us look stupid, we did our car of the year thing. Some of us disagreed on what these were.
I'm sad.
What are you sad
Are
about?
you, though?
Let's get into it.
What makes? Oh, okay. So
Let's go
I think
through. Let's
here's
go
some
through what we
context.
awarded. Let's try and do this. Let's try and be organized and
Yeah,
not just bicker
absolutely.
for another hour.
So
Nick's getting his notes out.
keep talking. I'm still getting my notes out.
Talk about what? How
So-
every car
so-
should be a BMW.
Okay. I think let's just structure. Let's do this. Let's run through what they were,
Okay.
and we can just argue about them.
Oh, those photos are very nice.
So, crossover of the year for 2023 is the 2024 Mazda CX90. I
Which
think we can all agree that
I think
that's a pretty
The
decent.
the only thing that contested it was the new Grand Highlander.
Honestly, I think that that does a pretty good job. It looks great. Build quality is excellent.
Yeah,
That's fine.
I won't argue with the CX-90. I think the Grand Highlander does some things better, and I think it does those things that matter more to more people better.
Mm-hmm.
Like Mazda put a lot of effort into making the CX-90 drive fucking great, and I don't think 95% of people who buy it are going to care about how well it rotates.
Yeah.
Whereas the Grand Highlander is a boat that drives like a boat, and it's a great boat. You know what I mean? I think more people
you'd be
care about it being a
surprised.
boat.
I think you'd be surprised about how many people think that they care about how a car drives.
They think they care, and I think that'll be enough to move them, and they are selling them.
But it's it's an actual appreciable difference between like what a Grand Highlander drives like and
Yeah.
what the Mazda drives like.
Yeah,
Like the Mazda is actually quite good.
actually great.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Yeah, but I'm kind of with Nathan on that. I don't think people actually care about
They
those
care, but they think
those
they care.
intricacies.
That's why, like, something like
No, I see what you're
sporty
getting at.
appearance packages move and stuff.
Yep.
Okay, so no fighting on that one. We're all pretty much agree.
I think so.
CX-90 honorable mention to the Grand Highlander.
I think we're all
Yep.
pretty much on the same page with the premium car of the year. That went to the
Seven?
2023
Oh, yeah.
BMW 7
Oh
Series.
yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Gang. Yeah. What else did we think about?
Nothing.
S580.
Oh, that thing's junk.
I wouldn't say junk.
No,
Actually, I
it's good.
came
It
away
is
from
quite
I
good.
came away from it with much more respect than I thought I would
Yeah.
going into it, but it's still not the 7.
Yeah, no,
Roughly.
it is. The S580 is like,
Especially compared to the EQS.
Oh.
I don't know. I feel like the S580 is like, it's a great S class, which is like, you know, what it's supposed to be. But like, it's nothing special, to me. I don't know. That's how I feel about it.
You're right. It's not that special. Like, they haven't moved the needle a ton with it. The 7 moves the needle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Versus like, I feel like, look, being a great S class is already like,
Hard.
being an S class.
Yeah.
It's its own thing. Like, you know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Mhm.
And like the S580 is it's a better S class, but like
For better or worse,
yeah.
I think what kind of works against the S class's favor is that Mercedes.
It's very here and now.
But I also feel like the
No.
S580, like, okay, the S class can't, like, it
It's
has to be a
not-
limo. It has to be like the car that, you know,
I feel like
like
two-
CEOs get driven around in. So it's like
Yeah.
it's got to be kind of boring looking. It's got to be kind of understated. It's got to be kind
Yeah.
of whatever because it's meant to be a normal car.
Yeah.
Versus the
Let's
7 can
let-
take more risk.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm kind of curious about Nick's point here. Go on.
I feel like what should make the S class special, like the tech, the styling, the interior accommodations. I feel like too much of that has trickled down to lesser Mercedes products.
Uh-huh.
Because you can get the same basic layout in an E class, same basic interior layout in an E class,
but there's
C
yeah,
class.
I completely agree with you. Actually,
You get the same
Yeah.
bells and whistles, M-Bucks, augmented nav.
Yeah.
and there's been so many times. Like, how many times have you been in traffic and been like, "Oh, that's a nice." Is that C E?
And the styling too.
Yeah.
I think
like
yeah.
now that pretty much everything else in Mercedes lineup has been refreshed to kind of adapt that same corporate look, an S class looks like a C class, an E.
Yeah, it's a good look. It is a good look. It's
It's a
contemporary.
very good-looking car.
It's a very nice looking car.
Just that other lesser Mercedes-Benz products kind of
Take too much
Step
from
on
it.
it.
exactly.
Yeah.
It takes too much of that specialness away from the S
Yeah,
class.
I think
Absolutely.
the biggest thing that's working against the S class, and I'm not even sure how much of this is Mercedes' fault, is just the fact that they don't know where to go with it. Like, the whole thing about the S class was like mechanical innovation, engineering, like just like cutting edge tech and suspension safety, like really thoughtful little stuff that set the standard for years to come.
Yeah.
We kind of have a car figured out and have for a while. Like, that S class did not drive appreciably different than the 30-year-old S500 I drove at the same time. It's kind of like they got there and were like, well, fucking now what?
Well,
and
they
since then, they've been innovating on tech, more
Well, it's
tech,
kinda
more
like-
screens, more
yeah,
shit.
they've
More,
kinda-
put more shit in it.
Like, they
Not-
got over the hill.
Yeah.
And now they're just like,
Yeah.
now just time to add more lights, more this, more that. And I think that's where
Yeah, they're just kind of stuck. Where else do you go? How do you make a car drive better than that? And you just sort of don't.
Well, they had a way. Just make it electric. But instead of doing that, literally electrifying the S class, Mercedes comes out with the underwhelming EQS.
Yeah.
the EQS really bothered me.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was disappointing. Yeah, so I mean, like, I think it's impressive. Like, it drives nice.
Yeah.
I came away with it a much more positive impression than I thought. Just, I think the 7 does more to be innovative, to be striking, to
Yeah.
move the needle,
Yeah.
to just have like little more like thoughtful touches, slightly nicer
Absolutely.
materials. I think it'll age a little better. Say what you will about the styling. I think it works.
I think the S class will always be an S class, but the 7 will kind of set a new, not a
Yeah.
new, but it will be one of those like milestone cars for BMW. It's like, yeah, like we've done this,
Yeah.
we've achieved this. Versus the S has just been like, oh yeah, it's another S. Good job.
Yeah.
Premium crossover premium crossover of the year, another unanimous one. 2024 BMW X5 xDrive 50e, aka the plug-in hybrid.
I liked it.
Yeah, I think it was great. Like for what they ask, you can't ask for any more of
was
a
that
vehicle.
the purple one?
That's the purple one, yeah.
I thought it
Dark
was really
red.
nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It looked, and like the X5 to me has always looked like really sharp. Like
Yeah,
Hands down the best.
It's been
hands down.
spared the new ugly stick.
Yeah.
like it
Yes.
still looks like a BMW,
It
like
looks very-
such a BMW.
very classic, not classic, but like it is very BMW. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I guess I can't say more than
Yeah,
that. But
it looks great. It drives great, and this one is unbelievably stupidly efficient.
Yeah. Easily the we'll lose our shit over the X5M comp, but the plug-in hybrid, hands down, it's got to be the most well-rounded option in the X5.
Yeah,
lineup.
that's
Like,
the one that you daily.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
like it's still like unlike some of its competitors. Let's not get into that. It has like a really great gas engine. Like it drives
Yes.
great. It
Yeah.
sounds great. It does all the things you'd want a BMW to do. It's fast. It handles well.
Yep.
And is also dumb efficient.
Yeah.
Right. It's,
Well,
not like you're giving anything up.
No.
Dude, I got like 7.4 liters per 100K out of that thing.
Yeah,
when
like
I had
it's brilliant.
And considering what that is, that's
good.
really good.
Yeah.
Jesus. Performance car of the year, under 50.
Well, hang on. For premium crossover of the year, the only thing that like I voted for, was thinking about voting for before I realized that like the majority was going to run away with the X5. I adored the X7. The X7 M60i just like, yeah, that hits
that
all
thing
the
is
marks,
badass.
crushes them.
Yeah.
Well, so does the X5, but at a much lower price.
Well,
Much
yeah,
more
it's
price
much more
point.
accessible, but we're talking about premium. Yo, let's go full premium. 3-row, big ass, excellent stature styling. The striking front end with divorce lighting off the 7, which I like. I think it works really well.
I think it works really well.
Yeah, it rides amazing. It drives great. It's stupid fast. Like, I'm not going to argue about the X5.
You know
I
what's
just wanted to
crazy
give
about
a nod to the X7.
It doesn't actually like, it doesn't feel as big as it. Like, okay, we talk about this a lot. Like, you know, cars kind of like hiding their weight.
Yeah.
But like,
The X7 is witchcraft.
X7 is
Yeah.
actual witchcraft.
Physics
Like,
Yeah.
defying.
yeah.
This one was a little contentious, and I know Nathan has feelings about this. Performance car of the year, under 50K. 2023 Toyota GR Corolla.
No, not that thing drives great.
Of course it does.
I love that thing. It drives great. Excellent.
I thought it was a deserved win.
Yeah, like performance car under 50K, like with the exception of the Miata, I can't think of anything else that comes close. Maybe the Elantra N. I never drove one, but I've driven previous Hyundai N's. They're very, very fucking good.
Yeah.
So maybe one of those I could see that, but like I love the GR Corolla. That thing drove great.
Performance car of the year, over 50K.
That's disappointed me.
Is it?
Hey.
Oh.
So it was the Integra Type S. And like nothing against the Integra Type S. This is more a fault with our like category system because I don't love that the GR Corolla at 48 it is, I think.
44.
44
44,
took
46?
performance car under 40 and then an Integra Type S took
it
performance
above
car
50.
over 50. So like we just look super ricey. We're just really into like 90s core tuner cars. And like we are, that's fine. I just don't love it. And I didn't like I like it. I think it looks great. I think it drives really well. The Integra Type S is a very nice vehicle, so much so that one of our own staff members bought one. That's a cool nod. Like
Yeah.
they're great.
But to me, like above 50, like I would have put like.
There's some really cool shit in that category.
Yeah.
Like-
Sorry.
like-
We had like the F-Type,
Yeah, there's the F-Type R.
the
and
Z4M,
the Z4M, which
which I really actually
would have been
liked.
mine. Yeah.
I mean, that's just BMWs being BMWs. But
Yeah.
like, even the F-Type was like really exciting.
Amazing.
The
Like,
color
su-
wasn't fantastic. Like it was brilliant.
Yeah,
Like,
it looked great, drove great, sounded great, had the theatrics. Like it did everything stupidly well.
yeah.
And like when you compare like what that car gives you next to something like say a 911,
the value is actually
that value's there.
like pretty astounding as well.
Yeah.
Mine would have been the LC500 cab.
LC500 cab is another one.
Again, another brilliant car.
Amazing, like scintillating, stunning machine. IS500, I love that thing. Adored that thing. Right? Like these are all things that I just like. They spoke to me so much more than this Integra Type S does.
So it's
Also-
more so Cliff's notes for next year.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
so. We learned from that.
Yeah, I think we got
Maybe I'll
to
change
move
the
that
pricing
category up a
structure a
little
little,
bit.
yeah.
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 Yeah, the CT4V Blackwing that we all adore because it's just a boosted M3.
That thing turned good.
It turns real good.
Yeah.
Like that
Like,
is
I
that is the
remember it.
best turning car of the year.
And I was like BMWs are just like so good. They're so good. This, that, whatever. And then I turned with that thing around a corner, you see, and it was Like I was
Like,
actually
holy
like,
shit. I remember watching you do it because you and I went out and when I already had it, and
Yeah.
you hustled it around the Ford plant.
yeah.
You're like, wow, this thing turns fucking so good.
I think I was just quiet for a second because I was like,
Yeah.
this can't happen. Wait a second.
this isn't right.
Yeah. And it was like, wow.
Yeah. That thing turns real good. It shifts real good. It goes fast real good. It does
I
everything
kind of look
real
nice
good.
too. I really like Cadillac's like styling on those things. I think looks
Looks
good.
great.
Yeah.
I feel like I think that is possibly, like, if you were to sit down and like measure driver controls, like the finer points, like steering feel, shifter feel, throttle, clutch relationship, I think that is the best driving car you can buy right now. With the possible exception of the Miata, which is just a little tighter, and so it should be.
Yeah.
You know, I probably wouldn't disagree with you. I don't know. It's hard to say best car. Or sorry, best driving.
Best driving car. I think it does everything pretty fucking perfectly.
As far as their senses, yeah.
Surprising considering you didn't like the shifter in that thing.
I love. What are you talking about? I love the shifter in that thing.
He liked it.
You didn't like it. I adored it. I think it's the best shifter you could buy.
No, you know what? We had the Supra that week that was manual, and we didn't like the shifter in that thing. But we liked it in the Blackwing or something like that. I think that's what happened that week.
Something like that, yeah.
The Supra did not have a good shifter. I didn't think so. And
It's hit and miss. I don't love it. I don't think it's better than ZFA was the big debate. Let's not get too far into that. We'll kind of worms again.
Yeah.
But yeah, either way, I think CT4V Blackwing is like the best driving. Let's have this conversation, guys. What is the best driving car you can buy right now? Under, say, $250,000. Let's keep it like out of Porsche GTs because obviously they're perfect.
Under quarter mil?
Yeah.
Cayman GT4?
He goes for a Porsche GT.
Boxer Spider. See? Not a Porsche GT.
Yeah. But that's the thing, right?
so
like
Porsche does those things really well.
we expect Porsche to do those things really well, and they're great at them. But like for Cadillac to roll up, like, yo, check this out. Like,
Yeah, see,
holy
like,
fuck, this
BMW's
thing
like
turns so
steering
good.
feel is actually
Not amazing.
like the cars handle amazing, but like sometimes they don't communicate that well back to you.
Yeah, they do feel a little artificial,
But
a
the
little
Blackwing,
boosty.
like, yeah, like, oh man, now you got me thinking about it. Like that car was really, really
That car's-
good.
You know what? It's kind of a weird thing. Is like I liked that car when I had it, but I didn't love it. It didn't make me feel warm and fuzzy. I drove the shit out of it, and I fucking had a lot of fun doing it, but I didn't feel warm and fuzzy about it.
Looking back on it, yeah.
I still think about that car a lot.
I think that says more about you than it does about the car.
Maybe.
Maybe that was kind of like
It didn't punish you enough.
I let
did
that
it?
one get away.
Yeah,
Moving on to Truck of the Year. And,
I agree. I don't know anything about trucks. I think that one was a good truck.
Nathan's the truck dude, so we automatically defer to his judgment here.
I want-
He's not actually a truck
2023
dude.
Yeah, can we specify real
He
quick?
just got a
I
truck.
am not a truck dude. I just like when I started, it was offered like, "Yo, do you want trucks?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure, I'll take trucks." Okay, you're truck guy now because no one else wants trucks, so now I,
mean,
get
you
trucks.
know your shit about trucks.
Well, we
so
lost
I trust your
Geraldo,
judgment.
I don't know my shit about trucks.
No, but we lost Zach.
Yeah, we lost Zach. Zach
Zach
knew
was
trucks.
the actual dedicated
Yeah,
truck
I don't know
dude.
anything about these $100,000 fucking tall Cadillacs, and now all of a sudden I'm truck guy. And
No, he knows.
And
He's
on
being
the,
humble.
And on the flip side, I fucking love trucks, so this is pretty
Trucks are
okay.
fucking awesome.
Yeah,
You're being too modest. Truck of the Year 2023/24 Chevy Silverado lineup. So this one's a bit of a twofer.
This was This was very
twofer?
contentious because like the votes had the Ford Maverick,
Yeah.
and like
I was Team Maverick. I think that thing's a fucking brilliant.
I haven't
boat,
driven
that
one.
little
I want
thing.
them to. I want them to be so good. It's like when they came out, I thought that was like the most brilliant, significant new car design in like 30 years. It makes so much sense. For 26 grand, you get a fucking small pickup truck that gets 40 miles per gallon. Fucking
And
brilliant.
that is why it got my vote.
Yeah, like makes a ton of sense to me, but it's also not a truck.
I think what swayed me was
Kind
your
of like a Ute.
what
Kinda.
Yeah.
What swayed me was your argument that in the trucklets that you've personally driven in the past, when it comes to doing truck things,
This is a thing.
you always came away wishing you had a
The
bigger
truck. Like when
to
you
do
took my
said
Canyon
truck
home to
things.
move some parts around, and you're like, they didn't fit.
Yeah, actually, that really pissed me off because I was like, oh, these parts are like pretty small.
Let me take Nathan's truck because I got to do truck things, and they'll fit in his truck, and they didn't fit in the fucking truck.
Yeah, what the heck?
Yeah, or like, Addie took home the Honda Ridgeline, and then the same week I had that heavy duty Silverado. And he's like, "Yo, can I borrow the Silverado because they don't fit in the damn
You always
Ridgeline?"
need more truck.
Like, this is the thing. Like, as much as I've always railed against trucks, we're getting bigger and bigger and dumber, and to an extent, they are getting like needlessly, obnoxiously huge. But like,
Big, large, but huge.
big McLarge huge. But there
No,
comes
what
a
was
point
that?
where like, yo,
Fucknormous?
fucknormous.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're getting increasingly fucknormous. But like, there comes a point where like, yo, that makes sense. If you're using a truck to do truck shit, get a truck.
Yeah,
And
I know,
like-
I get it.
And as much as I want to love the Ford Maverick, if there's one in the fleet this year, I would like to dibs it so I can actually drive one and see if
Yours.
they're any good.
I like the Maverick in concept. I just don't like actually driving it, or I don't know.
It's also like 20. Well, it's probably 30 now, but like it was a $26,000 out the door vehicle.
Right.
Like that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
And like if you don't need to move large things, like for landscapers, holy fuck, perfect.
Or even for like people that think that they need a truck but that don't actually need one.
Yeah, if
Yeah.
you just do stuff like handy type stuff, but aren't moving big stuff, like it's
Want to
great.
put a bike in the back or something? I don't know.
Yeah. Anyway, so the Silverado lineup was kind of like where we landed on.
Good jack of all trades.
Good
They're
jack of all
very
trades.
smooth.
The 1500s like drive great. Their Hanson, the 24 actually was super impressive. I came away like so impressed how well that thing drives for an HD.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like, or like, and I don't mean to knock Ford. So like, I had an F-250 that was like super
Oh,
heavy
like,
duty
huge,
loaded,
yeah.
like enormous, holy shit truck.
Like
Because
I lost. Or sorry, I had to catch my breath after walking around that thing.
yeah,
Yeah.
Well, because the thing had an 8-foot bed and the extended box. Like this thing was a bus, and it felt like a bus. It's handsome. It looks great. Cabin was nice. Like I generally liked that thing a lot.
Yeah.
But it also had some concessions that are a result of it being a super heavy duty truck. That thing is designed to have 10,000 pounds in the bed. Not 10,000,
Well,
but
it's like
a
every single
fucking
time
lot
you
of
hit
weight in the bed.
this tiniest bump, it was like
It would just
juddering.
shudder like crazy
Yeah.
because it's an incredibly long lever,
Yeah.
like a 40-foot long lever just acting on the whole truck.
Yeah.
And it's designed to have weight in it, and it didn't, so it just shuddered and bounced around like crazy. The Silverado was a revelation because it didn't.
Yeah.
It
It's good jack
didn't
of all
do
trades.
that. It handled well. It didn't feel like
Quite
a
impressive.
bus. So when I got into this thing, when I went to go pick it up, I didn't know what spec it was. I just knew it was big. But I wasn't sure if it was big gas or big diesel, and I fired it up, and I still wasn't sure.
Wow.
And the fact that I could get into a diesel truck and start it and not be like, oh, yeah, obviously, that's what it is fucking amazing. That Duramax powertrain is impressively refined.
Yeah.
And like it's still 975 foot-pounds. Like, that'll yank a stump out of the ground.
Yeah.
Green Vehicle of the Year, 2023 Toyota Prius.
Yeah. I mean, cool. I have no complaints about that. I think the Prius is cool.
Prius it looks great, drives great. You guys are, I'm gesturing at Nick, and the rest of the team are much more like horny for it than Rush and I were.
It was my biggest surprise this year. Like, I did not
I think
expect
it
like
looks
that.
nice. And for a while, I didn't think so. It's grown on me.
Yeah.
Especially like there was a yellow one or whatever. I think that.
Yeah, that's the one I had.
Yeah, and I thought in that color and everything, it looked sharp.
They look great.
Yeah.
They look like $1 million.
Drive
But,
great too. Always drive the standard.
I don't know. Like
Much-
Priuses are just like Priuses. Like there's whatever, right?
Yeah, you guys are like, oh, these things drive great. They're so much fun. Like, you had to remind me that, like, oh, yeah, that's right. I shot a Prius Prime. Because I said when we were talking about this at our dinner, like, I don't know if I drove one this year. Are they any good? And you're like, yo, you shot John's Prius Prime. I'm like, oh, yeah, I did.
Yeah.
Like, it just
They're whatever.
didn't make a long impression on me. Maybe I was having an off day. I would love to check one out for a little more time
Maybe
to see
like-
if they actually are that good.
But in green vehicles, we have another one for EVs. Yeah, right.
No. It's just
What?
green. If it qualifies for a green plate, we're Gucci. Or close enough, something like
Isn't
that.
there,
I
like a
forget.
lot of EVs that would probably take the cake over the Prius.
But the
There
Prius
were.
was...
No one voted for EVs.
Yeah.
Everyone voted for the Prius.
Yeah, because like hybrids make a ton of sense. It looks great, drives great. It's a kind of a home run.
What
It's a
won
nice
last
cabin.
year? The Ioniq 5, I think. Probably.
I think the Ioniq 5.
Last year,
I like that.
Tygon.
Oh, right. That's dumb. But whatever.
Tygon's very cool, but like it's also like
A bajillion
$850
$150 billion.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
to start.
Yeah. But yeah, what really surprised me about the Prius and what pushed me over the edge to die on the hill that it should be Green Vehicle of the Year and therefore Car of the Year was the glow up. You know, it used to be the punchline of
Yeah.
everyone's jokes.
Not
but now
really though.
it
Like
looks,
the first generation definitely was, but after that, like the Prius kind of grew up, and everyone's like, "Oh, this thing makes a lot of sense."
They got really ugly. The first gen was like just an Echo. The second gen was the one that was all over Hollywood and shit. The third gen got ugly and they disappeared, and now they're sick again.
yeah.
Or something like that. I'm probably missing a generation
Something
because
like
they're so
that.
forgettable. But
I don't know.
they've done a great job with it, and we try to like. This is part of the thing that came up in the Truck of the Year conversation too. We try to favor like new for this year,
Yeah.
and Prius is new for this year,
Yeah.
and it's like
It's
a
good.
huge step up.
Vastly
Yeah.
improved. And it's still great on gas.
Yeah.
And the Prime can do up to 70 kilometers on EV power.
Yeah.
That's
great.
It's a
Boring.
And then fires up its tiny engine and uses hardly any gas anyway.
Exactly.
And it's fast when you want it to be. Like I get it. Like, that makes a lot of sense.
Is
and
it
that's
fast?
why it's not fast. It's
relatively
quick.
fast.
It's much quicker than before, but I still wouldn't call it fast.
I think the biggest thing for me is that it looks nice, and the interior is a nice place to be. It's like, okay,
Yeah.
just a car, good car.
Yeah, I think Toyota's positioning it as, like, more sporty now. Or more of a sporty type thing. Because
think
it's
it
not
works.
because it's not an SUV. That's it. Everything's an SUV, so if you're still a car, you're sporty now.
Yeah.
That slight angle towards sportness works.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would have that would have been my vote for car. That was my vote for car of the year as well, but apparently we favor democracy and the votes. But once we tallied up all the votes, the team landed on, drumroll please, car of the year for 2023 is
Every BMW.
Nice. Yay.
the 2024 Acura Integra Type S. Double clutch car of the year for 2023.
Genuinely shocking to me.
Okay, now hang on. Now let me backpedal. And this is going to sound totally logical. You guys are going to check out. So, I know you can all stop listening now. I don't hate that as pick for car of the year. I hate it as performance car over 50 because there were so many more rad performance cars. And I feel like, again, that is our fault for just having the category set up where it is. I think that margin should be like 70-ish.
Okay, dude,
No.
stop.
I'm not going to stop. I'm not going to stop. I think it's really great. It's great. It looks great. Drives great. Everyone loves it. I
But
personally...
car of the year doesn't matter, value, this, that, whatever. It's just like, what was the best car that you
It
drove?
does matter, though.
I
That's
know
why
it,
the
but- okay.
Maverick was good, because it is a great value.
Right.
Like,
But what I'm trying to
the
get at is,
style
like-
and performance envelope offered. Also, people are super hard for Hondas. The performance envelope offered for 56 grand is pretty fucking nutty, and it's a good daily, and it's comfy, and it looks great, and it's fast, and and all the fucking shit that we all want a car to do. The only thing wrong with that car is rev hang. Everything else is fucking perfect. Even you laughed your dick off fucking driving that thing around. I remember that. You said like, "Wow, this thing turns real good." And you giggled yourself like a stupid little bitch, fucking banking it through the gears and rooting the clutch against the stupid rev hang.
Shut up. Yeah, I don't know. I guess you're right.
Rev hang wasn't even that bad in that thing.
Terrible. But it is significant and good, and I actually don't hate that as car of the year. But it only became car of the year because car of the year has to be a category winner, and I hate it as its category winner.
Oh, I see what you're getting at.
Yes.
Okay.
We can't just pick a car out of the ether.
Yeah.
Like, I can't just turn around and go like, well, you know, the IS500 didn't win anything, but it's my car of the year. And I'm not sure that it is. But
So
just as an example.
what you're saying is like, okay, if it was like, the category was like,
If performance-
60 or 7, performance car, under 70 and over 70. So
Yeah.
under 70 would be like, you still think it would be the Integra Type S.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
over 70 would be something cool. Sorry, Imran. No. But like as in like something
Yeah,
different
exactly.
and more expensive and
Yeah,
more rad.
exactly.
Versus the Integra Type S was just really good value and a really good daily.
Bingo.
Yeah. You know what? I agree.
Yeah.
The car of the year, like the Integra was not actually a bad pick.
For all intents and purposes,
For actually
I
being
agree with
logical,
that.
like it was actually really cool.
Great car.
Great car. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't disagree. My vote still goes to Prius for car of the year by
'cause
virtue
you're
of it
boring.
being. It's
And
more
as we figured out
accessible.
today, not a man.
That's not very nice.
He
So
didn't
yeah,
like the Tundra for men.
Hang on, what a second.
What a second?
Yeah, what a second. Rush, what was the fucking coolest thing you drove this year?
I don't think I had anything. Oh no! Actually,
You drove. Like, you drove all my press cars. Like, what the fuck did you like the best?
I really like the Z4M.
The Z4M was so fucking
It was
juicy.
really juicy.
Yeah.
Um,
I think the F-Type was
biggest-
juicier, but the Z4 makes a lot more sense.
the F-Pace was really nice because I love that engine.
Yeah.
And that was like my biggest surprise of the year. I was like, oh my god, I'm such an idiot. Like,
Yeah.
that engine is ridiculously...
You drove that thing like a goon at every opportunity.
I'm so sorry. But like, god damn, that thing is amazing.
Yeah.
And like, I don't know, biggest letdown's probably gotta be like... What's my biggest letdown? Probably the Rolls Royce. It was just
Really?
like, wow, whatever. Maybe it's just because like of who we are now. And like, maybe that says
We're
more about
definitely
me.
kind of jaded about it. Like, I still came away very impressed with it.
It was very impressive, but it was
Yeah.
just like I forgot that we had it immediately after it was given back to Rolls-Royce. Like, it was just like a blip on the radar. Versus like that F-Pace still sometimes I'm still like, I could probably afford that. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I don't know. What about you? What was the best thing for you?
LT Cat.
That car's hot,
That car's
Hands
hot.
fucking down.
and it is very pretty.
Yes. And just like you pointed out, I still think about that car.
You know, it's one of those cars where I
It's
saw
just-
it go past the big windows in the office, and I was like, you just stop and stare at something because it's so pretty. Like it
Yeah.
actually catches your
Yeah.
eye. You're like,
Yeah.
oh,
Yeah,
LC's
you get
that car.
whoa moment.
Yeah.
It's not a numbers car. It's an experience car.
And what
Yeah.
an experience.
it's got the good 5-liter engine. And the rear 3/4 on that car is, to me, it's really, really,
Yeah,
really pretty.
it's delicious.
There's no bad
The
angle
front?
on the car.
I don't know. I go back and forth on the front end of that car.
Because they're dumb.
The headlight design kind of gets me sometimes.
It comes and goes. Sometimes you look at it, I'm like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
You look at it too long and it stops making sense.
It looks
Like
a
you
little
say the
fishy.
same word over and over, and then it stops meaning anything.
Yeah.
I feel like that design kind of does that sometimes, some days.
But the rear is always, to me, it's nice. Good job.
What's yours, Nathan?
Fuck, I don't know.
The Blackwing,
The Blackwing's the best driving car, but the one I loved the most.
the Miata.
Yeah, the Miata's really fucking good.
Really?
Miata's really
Yeah.
fucking good, dude. Also, I had that thing over the Christmas break, and it was kind of warm out, so I'm bombing around at the end of December in the top down with the heated seats on and the heat going, and I'm actually comfy, and drifting all over the place because it's skittish as hell in cold weather. That car was a fucking riot. For all the awesome cars I had this year and the cars that that I fell in love with, like the IS500, like that stupid Chrysler 300C, which is probably the runner-up.
I thought
It
yeah,
might
I
take
thought-
the cake. I don't know, man. That car was so good. I love that thing. I love the Miata. The Z4M makes that kind of did everything super well.
Car that made me laugh the most had to be in the Hellcat. Red Eye?
Yeah.
Yeah, the Charger.
The Hellcat probably.
I don't think I've
made me
actually
laugh
laughed
the hardest.
more driving. That was the funniest car that we had in the best way. It wasn't oh, this car is so dumb it's funny. It was well, in a way. It wasn't
Yeah.
I'm making fun of you funny. It was wow, this car is just so
you're
stupid.
just reduced
Yeah.
to a lesser state. And yeah, the 300C is fun to play with. I thought it looked great. I'm in love with the styling of that thing. I fucking love the sound of it. I love the feel. I love the way it drives. It's one of the few times this year I went out for a long point A to point A drive. I just
Yeah.
went out and ruined half a tank of gas to go back home.
Yep.
And I came out of it just fucking giggling like a kid. I fucking love that thing.
It's kind of cool that there's still cars that exist that do that.
They don't. That's the last
All
one.
I'm saying is, you're going to say that next year too, because you're going to find something that you really like. All I'm saying is cars for the longest time have been kind of moving towards electrification, efficiency, but it's no, there's still cars out there that are made for people that like cars, and I think that
Yeah.
should be celebrated because it's
It absolutely should be, and that's what we're trying to do right now.
Yeah.
The car is wonderful.
that's
There's a lot of really good, excellent driving cars you can still go out and buy right now.
oh TSX type S?
TLX.
TLX, god damn it.
That's sort of a sleeper. Kind of flies under the radar. It's
Yeah.
And you know what? That car really reminded me of when I was a kid. I really liked Hondas. The way that they deliver their power, and it's all it's got the Honda hallmarks, and that's I think one of the highest compliments
Yeah.
you can give one of those cars. It's it's exciting. It's the way it builds boost, the way that even the font and the typeface on the
Yeah.
dash and
Yeah.
everything. I was wow, so nostalgic, but also very relevant in the modern world. I was that was one of
Very
that was
good car.
honestly, if I was looking for a daily and I was a normal dude, that would be on my radar. I thought it was great.
Yeah, they're great.
bit of a Q ship.
Yeah.
And on that note, thank you all for tuning in on the first episode of 2024. If you would like to follow along on our automotive adventures, you can do so on socials at DoubleClutch.ca. All right, boys. Nathan, Rush, thank you for joining in studio. We'll catch you guys next
Thanks
week.
for having us.
Yeah,
Thanks for
thanks for
listening,
having
guys. And see you around. Bye.
Bye-bye.